What is the world's largest false religion? If you've been listening for very long at all to the Ask RC podcast, you know that I'm a Christian, and that means that I believe that Christianity is true. And every place any other idea or religion contradicts Christianity, it is false. That's my conviction. And so I believe that every other faith, whether it's Mormonism or Judaism or Islam or Hinduism or Buddhism, I believe they're all false. But I also believe that they're all much smaller than the world's largest false religion. The God of the world's largest false religion is not Allah. It is not Vishnu. It is not the non-God of the Buddhists that we learn about through the Buddha. Rather, the God of the largest false religion has the strange name of God to me. God to me. And most of the people who worship God to me don't even acknowledge the fact that they worship God to me. Some do. And some recognize that even though other people have a God with the same name, that the gods might be different. Although one thing I noticed, God to me, the idea of God to me is, let me tell you how I conceive of God. But it very clearly becomes an exercise in, let me tell you how I have constructed or created my Creator. God to me says, I am God, and I decide what this other God will be. I pick and choose. But here's where there's this virtually universal overlap. Whenever someone says God to me, and then they begin to fill in their theology, God to me is, I've never once heard someone say God to me is a consuming fire. God to me is a jealous God. God to me is a wrathful God. God to me demands complete and perfect obedience. No, it's always God to me is gentle and sweet and kind and understanding. And lo and behold, we discover that God to me, always agrees with me. Who would have thunk it? I think it was Mark Twain who once said, God created man in his own image, and man has been returning the favor ever since. Let me warn you, friends, when you start using that language, your foolishness is showing. God to me in itself is a contradiction. Because the very defining quality of Godness is that he is not created. And so to me means what I created. So the uncreated God that I created is like this. Think about this for a moment. Wouldn't it be nice if we all could get along? Wouldn't it be nice if we could all be right? But do you really believe that if, let's say, Stephen Hawking and I are in a car crash and we both die, do you really believe that Stephen Hawking, because he doesn't believe in God, just simply ceases to exist? And because I believe in the Christian God, I go and meet him. And if we smashed into a Muslim in this car crash, he goes and meets Allah. And if you think they're the same, let me give you another basic lesson. One of the fundamental defining qualities of Allah is that he is too august, too transcendent to have a son. And the defining quality of the God of heaven and earth, of the Christian God, is his triune nature. That there are three persons, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. These are not the same God. And to proudly try to stand above them both is just that: prideful, arrogant, and foolish. The question isn't who God to me is. The question is, who am I to God? His enemy or his child?